guys, this is going to be the tutorial that's going to show you how to make this slouchy beanie that's adjustable. And the idea is that you leave these strings on the top so that you can turn it inside out and you can pull it however you like. If you want to have a ponytail sticking out of here, which was the idea for my daughter when making this, or you can just pull it all the way in and then just tie a bow, pull it tight just like you would tie a shoestring, and then you have a nice look like this as well. And it's just slightly slouchy. It's not long slouch hat, but you can make it a little bit more slouchy if you like. But to make this project, all you're going to need is a skein of yarn, and it's going to take less than one skein to do this. And you're going to need a tapestry needle so that you can work in your string later on, and also a 5mm hook or a size H hook. So go ahead and get those items and I will show you how to make the beanie. To begin, you want to chain 60. This hat, the angel stitch, is done in multiples of 3, so you want to make sure that whatever number that you end up with is in multiples of 3. When you chain about 60, I say that a child can wear it, or an adult, a female adult. If you want to make it for a man, then I recommend doing 69 chains. And for a smaller toddler, I would say about 48. So what you want to do, for this tutorial I'm doing a much smaller version just so I can show you how to do it. So I've only got 30 chains here. But when you got your chains that you want to go ahead and slip stitch in the beginning chain. And then you want to chain 2. 1, 2. And then you want to double crochet into the same stitch, because a chain 2 is not going to count as a stitch. It's just a step up. So you want to do a double crochet in all stitches around, and I'm going under 2 of the chains. See how there's 3 sections? I'm going under the bottom part, leaving the 2 on the top and 1 on the bottom. So just continue to double crochet in all your stitches around, and I'll see you when you get back up here to the beginning. Okay, when you've reached the beginning again, you want to skip this chain 2 and slip stitch in the beginning double crochet. And then you want to chain 2. And then again, right back into the, well, we're going to be working in the post. So this very first post, we're going to put a double crochet. So you just grab up the post, and working on the post, you want to put a double crochet. And then you're going to be repeating that all the way around, double crocheting on the post of all your double crochets from last round. We're making the top part of the hat, this part up here, the very top part. So just continue this around, and I will see you when you get back up to the beginning again. Okay, again, when you get to the beginning, you want to skip this first chain and slip stitch right in the top of your first front post double crochet. Then you want to repeat, you want to chain 2, go right under that first double crochet, front post double crochet, and do another front post double crochet. You're going to be doing the same thing as you did last round. You need to have a total of 4 rounds of these front post double crochet. So we've done 2, we're working on our 3rd, and then you need to do 1 more. So do 2 more rows of this front post double crochet, and I'll see you back here. Okay, once you've got your 4 rounds of front post double crochet done, and you've slip stitched in the beginning double crochet again, then you want to chain 1. Now we're going to start our angel stitch. You want to go into that same stitch and pull up a loop, and then you want to go into the next stitch and pull up a loop, and then the 3rd and final, pull up a loop. Now you have 4 loops on your hook. you want to yarn over and pull through all 4 loops and chain 1. And by chaining 1, you've created a stitch here at the top that can be worked in. I know it's hard to see on camera, but you should be able to see it on your own. It creates this stitch up on top. What you want to do is put 3 single crochets inside this new stitch you've just made. So on the top, you pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. That's one single crochet, 2 and 3, all worked into the same stitch that you made when you chained 1 after you pulled through all your loops. And what you do is you just go right into your next stitch and do the same thing. You're going to be working 3 stitches at a time, so do it in the next 3 stitches. 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, then chain 1. And again, in that new stitch here, you'll be putting 3 single crochets. And then you just want to repeat. You'll go right into the next stitch, pull up a loop, next stitch, pull up a loop, and then the next stitch, pull up a loop, and the next 3 stitches. 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, and chain 1, creating your stitch. Then go back into that stitch and single crochet 3. And then starting in your next stitch, continue. You want to do this all the way around, and when you get back up to your beginning stitch here, then I'll show you what to do next. So you have your slip stitch here from last round, and then you did 1, 2. You have 2 stitches here. Well, you have chained 1, so you have a slip stitch here and then your chain 1. This big stitch, which is actually part of your angel stitch, you can see slip stitch, chain 1, then the first large stitch of your angel stitch. This is the stitch you'll be slip stitching into pretty much, or beginning this whole round. Every time you begin or end a round, you'll always be slip stitching into this big first stitch of the angel stitch. So you'll slip stitch into that first stitch, then you want to chain 1, and then you'll be skipping a stitch, which is this first small of the single crochet, 3 single crochets that you did. You'll be skipping this very first one, going into the second, pulling up a loop, and then going into this third single crochet, pull up a loop, and then there's this big stitch here in between. You'll be going into that one as well, and then you'll pull through all 4 loops, chain 1, and then you'll work your 3 single crochets inside the top stitch again. And then we'll just be repeating that. You're going to be skipping the first single crochet always, and we're going to be using the other 2 single crochets, and then this big stitch in between the angel stitches, big stitch here. Yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, chain 1, and do your 3 single crochets. This first single crochet that I just did, that's the one that we're skipping here. And then the next 2 single crochets out of this 3 is the ones that we use this round. So skipping the first single crochet, go right into the next, and the next, and then this big stitch in between the angel stitches. Pull through all 4 loops, chain 1, and work your single crochets in the top stitch that you just created. And this is what you're going to be doing every round. And here at the very beginning, you see, you have your big stitch at the very beginning. That's where you'll be slip stitching into to end the round. You'll chain 1, and then you will just continue using the same stitches. You need to do this for a total of 13 rounds. So you'll have 13 rounds of this angel stitch. And if you want it to be more slouchy, then feel free to add more rounds with the angel stitch. So when you've got it completed and you have your 13 rounds of angel stitches done, then I'll show you how to make your rim. Okay, for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm just going to pretend that I have my 13 rows of 13 rounds, since we're working in the round. 13 rounds of my angel stitch. And I slip stitched in the beginning stitch again, and I chained 1. And now when you're ready to make your rim, you want to go right back into that same stitch and do a single crochet. And we're going to continue to skip these stitches that we were skipping the last rounds, and we're going to just single crochet in the next 2 single crochets and into the big stitch in between, and skip the first single crochet. You're basically working, you are working in the stitches that you were making your angel stitches in, and you're skipping this one stitch that you didn't use. So you're just going to be using the exact same stitches you were using to make your angel stitches. And this time you're putting a single crochet. So single crochet until you reach the beginning stitch again. Here I am. Aren't I? No. It's not as small as I hoped. So just continue around, and I'll see you when you get back up to the beginning of the round. Beginning again. My very first stitch is here. I'm going to go ahead and mark my very first single crochet of the round, because we're going to be working in one continuous round. Oh, if you want to see how, I forgot, some people have told me that they don't know how to do the string thing. So what I do is I just grab up a stitch. I have my marker folded in half like this to create a loop, which I pull through the stitch, and then now I have a loop here, and I just grab this and pull it through the stitch. Okay, now I'm at my very first stitch, so I'm going to single crochet in my first stitch. It's raining. And then continue to single crochet at least two more stitches. Now you want to count your stitches to see how many stitches that you have. You should have the original amount of stitches that you started with. And just to make the rim a little bit more tighter, I like to decrease by at least 4 stitches. So if you started with 60 stitches, then go ahead and decrease to 56. And if you started with 69, go ahead and decrease to 65. So just bring it down 4 stitches. And how do you decrease? You pull up a loop and 1 single crochet, then you go into the next and you pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Wow, it's really coming down out there. I'm sure you guys can hear it from there. So you just want to continue around single crocheting at least 2 or 3 more stitches, and then put another decrease, going in through 2 stitches and pulling up a loop. Yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. So that's 2 decreases. Then single crochet about 3 more stitches, and then do another single crochet decrease. So that's 3 single crochet decreases. And then again single crochet a few more times, at least 3, and then do another single crochet decrease. And then go ahead and single crochet the rest of the stitches of the round, and make sure that you count your stitches and that you have the amount of stitches that you need. And I have a marker here that marks my first stitch. So what I'm going to do, so this was my second row of single crochets. The first one I just single crocheted into my angel stitches. Now this one was a decrease row, so that was our second round of single crochets, and we want a total of 5. So you want to do 3 more rounds of just 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So you've just done round 2. You want to do 3 more rounds of just single crochets, and when you've got that completed, I'll see you back here and I'll show you how to finish your hat. Okay, to speed up the tutorial, especially with this rain and storm, when you have your 5 rows done, you want to go ahead and slip stitch in the next stitch, or you can skip a stitch and slip stitch in the next if you want to make it more flatter. And then chain 1 and cut your yarn. And then you'll be weaving in your tail through your rim. Pull it tight, make sure that your tail isn't sticking out, and then we're ready to close up the other side. Now, just you can grab probably the same color that you're already using, but since this is a demonstration, I'm not going to cut my yarn. And I'm going to use this scrap yarn that I have over here. It's black, so it's contrasting color enough to be able to see. Now just cut it long enough to where you should be able to fit it all the way around. You don't really need so much yarn, you just need to have enough to where it'll fit around like this and still have enough to tie it in a bow or whatever you need. You may even cut it too long and you need to trim it some after that. But get your tapestry needle and thread your yarn through it. Let me just get a little closer here for you. Okay, so when we were originally doing our chain, we were working in 2 out of the 3, and we've left this one little stitch at the top. You'll be going in through the tapestry needle and weaving it through these stitches, just like this. And once you've got a few, you can pull your yarn through, but of course, obviously, you don't want to pull it all the way through. You want to leave some tail on this side. And just keep working your way around. Until you've gathered all of your stitches. And you do it to the very last stitch. You don't want to have both your strings in the same stitch. So I'm going to take my yarn here, and you can back up just a sec, just a bit, and you can try to even out your strings to where they're both about the same, and then you can kind of pull it and see how it's coming in like this. I usually always pull the strings to the inside because you don't want them to show when you're actually wearing it, and then you can pull your strings tight and see how your end is. Pull it as tight as you can. Then you can tie a knot like you're tying a shoe, and then pull it tight to where there's no hole here if you like. Or if you are making this for a kid, you want to have a ponytail in, you can leave a little bit of a ponytail hole there, and then just tie your bow wherever you want it. And if these are too long, feel free to cut them, because you want to keep the bow up on top without it showing. I left mine long on this hat and the other one just so I could show you the bow, but you probably want to keep a kind of a small tie. Then you keep it inside the hat, and then that's it. You can untie your bow and adjust it however you like. If you're not wearing a ponytail, then tie it tight, and then you'll have a regular beanie. And that's it. That's how you make the adjustable angel stitch slouchy beanie. And that's it. I hope that you liked this tutorial, and if you did, please don't forget to click like, and please don't forget to share this video. Sharing it helps me so much for other people to learn about me. So I really appreciate all you do, and thanks so much for your comments and your helpful ideas and everything else. I really appreciate you guys a lot. So thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned. I have a lot more angel stitch videos. I'll try to put the links for you at the end of this video. Thanks for watching.